92.3 FM in DeWitt County and 106.5 in Bloomington Normal all the time. Plus, streamed at DeWittDailyNews.com on the WHOW mobile app. Plus, hear a best of Clinton sports broadcast Saturday mornings at 10. All brought to you by Love It Once More Thrift Store. Keith Wade, your country financial representative, and our exclusive sponsor for our Player of the Game, Serve Pro of Hyatt DeWitt Counties, the leader in cleaning, restoration, and construction.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest on the phone in this segment of the morning show is Micaela Harris, Director of Communications with the McLean County Museum of History. Micaela, a good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Seth. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Thanks for making time for us. It's good to have you on the program. And Micaela, I know summer camp season is almost here. We're going to kick our conversation off with that today. Talk to us about summer camps at the McLean County Museum of History. What goes on? What's this all about?
Yeah, so we've got our annual Citizen History Camp coming up. It is a 5-day out-of-this-world camp experience for students entering 4th and 5th grade. We have 2 sessions running this year. One is June 12th through the 16th, and the other is July 10th through the 14th. We've got just a few spots left in the June session and a few more open in the July session if folks want to get their kiddos registered for that. It runs all day, 9 to 4 p.m., includes lunch and snacks, and every day the kids are going to be going around town and learning about a different aspect of a future in history. So there's so many careers. I know when I was growing up, I thought, oh, you get a degree in history, you're just going to sit around, in an office all day and do research. But there's a lot of exciting opportunities in the field. So we'll be taking them out to do a mock archaeological dig at the David Davis Mansion with a real-life archaeologist.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a civics and advocacy day where the campers will engage in different advocacy-based activities to learn about local government, active citizenship, and how to advocate for themselves. Actually, Illinois Representative Sharon Chung and then Bloomington City Councilman Cody Hendricks will be here with us on those days too to talk to the kids about what it's like to be an elected official and how to make an impact in their communities. We've also got an architecture day, a preservation studies day where the campers will visit Rivian for a behind the scenes tour, as well as a trip to Miller Park and the Miller Park Zoo, where they will also get a behind the scenes tour and learn a little bit about the ways history, preservation, and environmental studies interact. And then we wrap up with Museum Studies Day, which is, I think, my personal favorite, but I'm a little bit biased. Meeting with our curator, Jackie, who will lead them on, again, another behind-the-scenes tour. And then they're actually going to put together an exhibit of their own, which will then be on display at the Hanger Art Company, which is located on the museum square, just across from us on Jefferson Street. Where we'll invite all of their parents, loved ones, family, friends, and anybody else who wants to come in and see what the kids are excited about exhibiting. Mm-hmm. So it's a really comprehensive day camp, very different than your standard summer camp, but it's a really fun and unique experience.
For sure. Well, the nice thing is, Micaela, it's just that 1 week, so it's not, right. It's not going to take up the entirety of a month or a summer or anything like that, and it's just a good, quick experience, like you said, into the glimpse of, what is possible if you get a degree in history and those sorts of things. Now, you might have mentioned it, Micaela. Forgive me if I missed it. Highlight the age groups for this one more time.
Students entering 4th through 6th grade.
There you go. Very good. Now, talk to me a little bit, Micaela. Are there still opportunities for kids that are interested in being a part of this? Can they still be a part of this camp that's coming up?
Yes, absolutely. Registration is open. Like I said, we have a few more spots left for the June session and a few more in the July, but they are going quick. So I encourage folks to head on over to mchistory.org to learn more and to register. We do offer a incentive for multiple registrations. If you've got multiple kiddos, you get a little bit of a discount. And we do offer household income-based qualifications for discounted registration fees.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. So keep that in mind as well. And again, the dates on those camps again, Micaela?
June 12th through 16th and July 10th through 14th.
Yep, can't beat it. Coming right around the corner. So a couple opportunities there as well. And can that registration be done online?
Yep, it's done completely online.
All right, easy enough. Very good. Micaela, anything on summer camps we haven't talked about that you want to put out there for us?
Well, I don't know if it's quite related to summer camp, but I do want to make sure we give a warm birthday shout out to our Queen Candace Summers, Director of Education. She usually takes this spot here with you on Fridays. It is her birthday, and we want to send her lots of love.
Very good. So happy birthday to Candace here this morning, and hopefully she enjoys another year on another birthday with us. Candace, Micaela, talk to us about what else is on the calendar for the McLean County Museum of History. What's coming up this month?
Yeah, so coming up here on June 1st, we're offering a free in-person guided walking tour of downtown Bloomington, all focused on social justice history. So various civil rights events and people who have created change here in McLean County. We received a grant, a very generous grant from local company Business Builders Marketing, and it's their under our wing grant. And they helped us develop this website so that people can take themselves on their own tour downtown. They don't necessarily have to go on a guided tour with us, but in celebration of launching this new site, we are offering that free tour with museum librarian Bill Kemp and then local labor activist Mike Matika on June 1st at 5:30. It's a really, really unique tour. I've lived in McLean County my whole life and had no idea some of the things that have happened right here in our own backyard. So if people are interested at all, they can visit the site, which is blono-social-justice-tour.org. But that's kind of a lot to remember, so you can always head on over to mchistory.org, and you'll be able to direct to the website from there. We're really excited about this new endeavor, and it's really kind of central to what we're trying to do right now at the museum about bringing the museum out to people, meeting people where they're at. Accessibility is on the forefront of our minds here, and this is a really fun and exciting project that we look forward to building out into different areas of the community to tell our story.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the highlights, Micaela? You mentioned there's a lot of things you hadn't known about and growing up in McLean County. So what are some of the highlights that stood out to you?
So we actually used to have an electric streetcar trolley that went through downtown and through about 20 miles of Bloomington that operated all throughout the day to take people from place to place. Before we all got our own cars, people relied heavily on public transit. And this was just my ignorance. I did not know that electric streetcars were around. We think of electric vehicles being as something very, very modern and new, but they were around, and we had this really elaborate trolley car system that took people around. And the trolley workers used to make $2 a day and work 9-hour shifts. And it wasn't until they organized and had a great battle, if you will, for their right to organize and to get better working conditions for themselves. Mm-hmm. So we highlight the Illinois power plant down in the old warehouse district where that all took place. We also highlight Schroeder's Opera House, which now where the Pantograph building is, right across from the museum, was this opera house by one Mr. Dr. Herman Schroeder, who it's debated he was not much of a doctor, but he was quite the eccentric man, and he had a lot of really influential speakers come to that opera house and throughout the 19th century, including Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony. He is a character, all in his own right. So we tell that story. We tell the story of the Jones brothers, who operated a newspaper in town here, and they have a very interesting story during the Civil War about how it really kind of gets the heart of freedom of the press and the power and the influence of the press in the community. We've got various voting rights stops on the tour. People may not know that actually women have the right to vote in Illinois before they had the right to vote federally in the United States. And of course, we've got some Abraham Lincoln sites sprinkled in there. The Livingston building is a great site. That's right across from where Abraham Lincoln was convinced to run for president here in Bloomington, and is also where the Anti-Defamation League was founded, which not very many people know. So every corner you turn around here, you'll find some history, and we're proud to bring that history to life.
Now, is this one of those things, Micaela, that can be done kind of on your own time at your own pace? Will there be resources available to kind of follow this walk, if you will?
Yes, that is the beauty of the website. So the information is out there. We have an interactive map, and then each color-coded pin, you can click it, and it pulls up a bunch of information about each site that is all from our collection, historic photos, oral history, narrations, all kinds of fun stuff. So it's really user-friendly to go through. And then so you can access it from your home if you can't make it down here to Bloomington. You can read all about it online and some of the various stops. But if you want to come down and get out in this beautiful weather, walk around, we have marked and at the various locations we've marked with QR codes, so you can scan those and learn more about the historic spot that you're standing in.
For sure. Very good. Now, you mentioned there is an event, though, around this walk. Talk a little bit, just one more time, highlight the when and where, and do you need registration or anything of that nature?
Yes. So you do need registration, and actually we have only 2 spots left on that. I was anticipating needing to promote this a little bit more, but it's really filled up, which we're really excited about. But that walk is on June 1st. It is with our historian, Bill Kemp, who is just a human encyclopedia of local history knowledge, and local labor activist, Mike Micaela. And so that is that's at 5:30 on Thursday, June 1st. We'll be meeting in front of the museum on the east side and then taking the walk. It's about 2 miles, a little less than, and will take a little less than 2 hours, but we cover 15 stops. So it's quite the experience. And if people are interested, they can head to mchistory.org, and we've got information right on the front page of our website.
Easy enough. Yeah, very good. Micaela, the website one more time is?
mchistory.org.
Sure. Micaela, let's take a time out here. We'll come back with some more with Micaela Harris. She is the Director of Communications for the McLean County Museum of History. Our guest on the phone. More to come with her on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
For more information.
Let's check the markets now on the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn, beans, and wheat all trading higher on this Friday. July corn $5.98 up 7 1/4. September corn up 13 1/4, 5.23 3/4. December new crop $5.29 1/4 up 13 1/4. July beans up 12 1/4, 13.36 1/4. August beans 12.64 up 14 1/4. November new crop 11.88 3/4 up 16 1/2. July wheat 6.10 1/4 up 6. September wheat up 6.23 1/4. July bean meal 402.60 up 5.40. July bean oil 49.63 up $1.11. Livestock market, August feeders 234.32 down 37 cents. June live cattle 167.35 up a nickel. June lean hog 76.75 down 90 cents. Energy market, July crude oil 72.83 up $1. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
For more than a century, AM radio has evolved to meet the needs of our community. More than 80 million listeners depend on AM radio each month. AM radio is also the backbone of the emergency alert system, which keeps us safe in dangerous times. It's reliable, free, and public safety depends on it. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Hey, this is Todd Gleason from Illinois Extension here with a time change for our daily market report on WHOW. You can now catch our daily review of the commodity markets at 5:06 on all of WHOW's many platforms. You'll still hear all of our commodity analysts and weather professionals each afternoon, but at a brand new time. And you'll still hear the weekly wrap-up of the commodity markets right here on WHOW when Commodity Week airs Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. Remember the time change for the daily closing market report on WHOW at our new time, 5:06 p.m. weekdays.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW. WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Micaela Harris, Director of Communications with the McLean County Museum of History, our guest on the phone this morning. And Micaela, June 21st, a big date for the McLean County Museum of History. What's going on?
Yes, sir. We'll be hosting our annual History Makers Gala. It's going to actually be taking place at the Brown Ballroom on ISU's campus. But this gala celebrates this year 6 different local history makers, as we like to call them, people that have made McLean County a better place to live. This year, we're honoring Dottie Bushnell, Marion Hank Campbell, Guy Fraker, and Willie and Charles Halbert. We need people to reserve their tickets by June 9th, but there still are tickets available. It's a really fun evening. It's not your traditional stuffy gala. We've got a buffet of yummy food, and we have Illinois Voices Theater there. They're doing a live performance entitled The Community of Us, which is based on the history and the impact of our honorees this year.
Very good. Now, with the gala, how does it work? Is it one of those things that's, is it kind of a pretty fluid evening? Is there a lot of structure to it? How would you describe it, Micaela?
I'd say it's a little bit of both. We have a loose program. You know, it starts off, doors open at 5:30. The program itself starts at 6:15. This event actually started as because we are the McLean County Historical Society is the kind of parent entity of the museum, and it's kind of started as the annual meeting where they would kind of honor people and get the membership body together. Now it's open up to the public. Anybody can come join from 5:30 to 6:15. Just mix, mingle, have some drinks. Everybody with their ticket gets a complimentary glass of wine. And then we kind of sit down at 6:15. Our executive director, Julie Emick, will say a few words along with some of the folks from our board. We'll introduce our history makers and then open up the buffet for people to get their food. Once everybody's got their food and sits down, we'll start the entertainment for the evening. So like I said, Illinois Voices Theater will be performing this sketch, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of honor each of our honorees, and then the rest of the night you can just mix and mingle however you'd like.
Yeah. How are those individuals selected, Micaela?
We have a committee, and they sift through nominations. So actually this year we received it was our highest number of nominations ever. And right after the gala this year, that nomination form will open back up, and we'll be collecting nominations throughout the year until it's time for next year's gala. So everybody that is honored is nominated by someone in the community. They fill out a form that kind of explains who this person is, what they've done, why they think they've, created local history here, and why they should be honored. And then we have a selection committee that goes through all of those and picks each year's honorees.
Easy enough. Very good. Very good. Anything else on the gala, Micaela?
No, just get your tickets before June 9th. You can head on over to mchistory.org to get those. It's a fun evening. Definitely worth the trip out.
For sure. Now, when do ticket sales end for that?
June 9th.
Okay, very good. Micaela, what else is going on? What else did you want to talk about this morning?
So I'm really excited about our upcoming Crafting History program. Crafting History is a series that our Director of Adult Education, Maria Mears, launched this year. And it is all, again, kind of in the name of accessibility. So while the museum's elevator is down, which I don't know, hopefully you can't hear the drilling behind me too much, we've launched this series of virtual interactive crafting programs that highlights historical craft and then leads participants through it through a take and make kit, which you can pick up at the museum's Cruising with Lincoln on 66 Visitor Center. So this upcoming one is actually going to be led by our curator of collections, Miss Jackie Kane,
Mm-hmm.
who we love so well. And she is a talented fiber artist, and she's going to be leading us through how to use different dinner scraps or plants to dye fabric. And then, you can make shirts, dresses, napkins, whatever your heart desires, quilts. So we'll be using things like onion peels and turmeric and black beans, and Jackie will kind of show everybody, you can use this with a little bit of baking powder, and this is kind of how this color will come out. Maria will provide a little bit of historical context to like this originated here, where they started using this material to create these pigments for whatever various uses. So it's really informational, and at the end of the night, you'll walk away with your own little tie-dyed. It essentially is like a handkerchief dinner napkin type of deal, but we're providing the kits, like I said, in the VC. So you'll get a mason jar, the materials that you need in it, the fabric and the dyes. Then you'll just fill it with water. You'll tie it up. Jackie will lead you kind of through that and how you can tie it up in different ways to get different patterns. And then you set them outside and you let the sun do the rest of the work. Then a day or two later, you come back, you rinse out your fabric, and you have a beautiful handcrafted, hand-dyed piece that used some scraps from dinner.
That is that's quite a unique little trend there, it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh. I'd never heard of that before, using table scraps for tie-dye. That should be interesting. Again, where do folks go, Micaela, for more information on that?
Yeah, so you can head on over to mchistory.org for more information. You can also give the museum a call at 309-827-0428. We have those take and make kits. They'll be available on starting the week of June 19th. And just because we've got the supplies, kits are going to be $5 for members and $7 for non-members, just to cover the cost of those supplies. But once you have those supplies, you can continue the craft long after the program. So
sure.
Yeah.
Micaela, quickly, about 20 seconds, highlight the Memorial Day Parade in Bloomington.
Yeah, so the museum will be closed on Memorial Day, but we've got the parade coming through the museum square, organized by the American Legion, starting at 9 a.m. It's a fun time and a good way to honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for us.
Very good. Micaela, thank you so much for stepping in for Candace today. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Again, Micaela Harris, Director of Communications with the McLean County Museum of History, our guest on the phone. Network news on the way.
WHOW.
The Big 1520 WHOW Clinton, 92.3 FM, W222.